By the way, isn't it funny? On like the week that Bully Hunters started is the week that the most bullying happened on the internet.
V, you should be ashamed for all your bullying. V must be stopped.
The summer of bullying. Oh.
That's the only response I have. Oh no, because I know what's coming. Then.
Oh my god!
This is only the tips of the iceberg here.
This is the worst. Here's the thing. Like, here's the thing people don't understand. We're just making fun of Baked the same way that we would make fun of fucking Andy on the off days. You know. Nobody wants to see fucking Baked crash and burn. We're just watching them as it's happening.
I don't want to see him crash and burn, but knowing now what I know about Baked, as opposed to before, I see him in an entirely different light. That's just me.
Yeah,
everybody else doesn't have to be like that. Everybody else doesn't have to be like that, and that's fine. I've got nothing against him. I'm just more aware of what I'm dealing with.
I want to shake him and go, you need to be more self-aware. And he just feels like what you said, Tonka, last night. I think, like, he's a good guy. He's a friend of mine. I met him in real IRL. And he's very hospitable. You know, he's very nice. He was cool. But the when it comes to content, Tonka, I think you're right. He sort of goes with who he thinks is cooler or will make more views at the time. I think that's his fault. Like, he should just follow what he wants to do, and he's been flip-flopping a little bit.
What the fuck he wants to do? Does he even know what he wants to do? Does he have a genuine want of what he wants to do, or is he just fucking doing some shit, trying to get rich on the internet, not doing fuck all? Because that's how you land in this kind of trend. Just trying to do something. Just trying to get paid a little bit on the internet, and that's dumb.
I mean, when I first started this, you know, I guess Saturday night, 11 o'clock, I was just laughing. Like, I was just, you know, oh, we'll do one stream, and there's enough, you know, stupid shit here we can laugh about. But he just kept adding to it, and just some of the things he's done, just some of his behavior. Yeah, I still don't, you know, I'm not gonna say I wish him, you know, his whole career destroyed or whatever, but I have a lot less sympathy for his situation than I did before.
It's that domino effect thing, you know. Yeah, you started out with like a little chuckle. It's like the Kraut situation. Yeah. Like, remember, it was just like one little thing. It was exposed, and then he started fucking up, and then Jeff Holiday started fucking up, and it was just, by the end, it was just a fucking, like, just a flame, like a giant flame. The Hindenburg crashed, basically. And Baked Alaska, he had a chance to pull the Hindenburg up a little bit, you know? But no, he just fucking plowed right into a fucking skyrise.
This is like the last question I had. Like, how well did you know Baked before all this happened, Ralph? Like, did you know about, like, he had been on BuzzFeed and then Milo and just...
Yeah, I knew his history. I knew he used to work for BuzzFeed. I had seen his tweets where he was, you know, pimping out Black Lives Matter, and he was pretty much a full SJW. Yeah, I knew his history. You know, I was very well acquainted with Molly Yiannopoulos. I knew that he was his manager. I knew he was, you know, pimped him out everywhere, which is fine. I pimped Molly Yiannopoulos out myself, so I'm not going to criticize him for that. But he just seems to be a guy who goes where the wind blows. I knew about his failed rap career, which is hilarious, which we went over in detail yesterday. Then he tried to be a country music star. He just seems to go wherever the wind blows. You know, after Malo, he went on Twitter and started going full, you know, JQ. And if you're not talking about how the Jews run the world, and if you're not asking these questions, you're a cuck. And then he goes from that, which is fine. You know, if you really believe that, that's cool. You know, I mean, it's not really necessary.
That's the thing. He sells convictions, but he changes his convictions on the fucking regular.
But he goes from that to, you know, just the other day saying, we can't have these toxic people around. You know, I got Jewish friends and I got black friends, and how can you guys say that? You're scaring off all these influencers.
It would be different if this guy was a food critic, or this guy was a movie critic, or something like that. Change your opinion on the kind of things you like. Baked gets into the thing where he tries to sell these sanctimonious movements. Like you said, he got in with Black Lives Matter, the BuzzFeed shit, jumps in with these are all movements that kind of go for social impacts, and they take stances on things. How can you trust the stance of someone when this is the kind of stances that they take, and this is how strongly they feel about them? They feel so strongly that they will flip on someone with just like, I don't even know. Have you ever seen anybody flip on somebody so quick, Ralph? Did you know what I'm talking about? Right?
No.
That shit he did to that Samara girl. She was great. Aaron's terrible, but within a second, it's just fuck Samara, and Aaron's the best. Come back, Aaron.
With the quickness, and that's how he does with his political shit too, though. Yeah. And it's one thing to try to ride something that you have a lot in common with, or something that's hot, and you agree with those. Look, dude, I did that with certain things myself. I mean, I don't even want to mention the name of what originally got me known, because every time I do, it's just pure autism. But I was like, oh, this is catching on. People are talking shit about feminist video games. Well, I'm a gamer, whatever. So I wouldn't blame him for that, but just wildly vacillating between Black Lives Matter and Jewish scumbags who run the world, and doing Hitler salutes out of the frame of the picture and making that his Twitter photo. I don't know if you guys remember that.
No.
Yeah, he's sitting there doing the Heil Hitler, and he has his arm up, but he cuts the picture where you can't see a certain part of his arm, but it's very clear if you have any brain in your head what he's doing. He's giving Heil Hitler. So yeah, he did that too.
Yeah, I've done that too, but like I posted that, and I never changed it. Like I was just like, I don't give a fuck.
But it wasn't as a joke. I mean, or just joking around. And I don't care if you like Hitler, whatever.
No, I was obviously joking like that.
No, yeah, but I know you are. But I'm just saying, even if you did, okay, you really like Hitler, I don't really give a fuck. But it's going from that to, it's just the wild shifts in positions. And sure, you can change your mind, but like, wow, those type of changes, that big a shift in a very minimal amount of time, and you're not going
constant shifting of whatever happens to be where things need to be.
And you're not going from point A, B, C. You're going from A to fucking D. You know what I mean? You're just skipping.
He even said last night. I don't know. Were you if you watched last night? But he even said
I watched a lot of it.
Yeah. So like, it was near the end of when it was just Baked, me, Failure, JF, and Tonka, and then he goes, I don't want to be, in blood sports anymore. I don't like it. I want to do the IRL stuff. Like, he's completely shifting out of the debates and stuff, which is, I mean, if you want to switch your style, like I told him this, you have to do it like, you have to like slowly transition. You're going to jar your audience, but then telling your audience to stop with toxic behavior, toxic things, right? Like 3 months after doing Nazi salutes and fucking laughing at Hail Hitler stuff, which is fine. I don't give a fuck. No, you can't do that. You can't.
And he's at Charlottesville marching. Look, whatever. Do what you want to do, but don't sit here and talk about toxic behavior when I mean,
exactly, yeah.
By your own definition, you're participating in plenty of toxic behavior, and he's like,
"You're." People in his chat were saying the shit that he had said 30 minutes ago.
Yeah,
it would be a thing, and that's the problem with it, and that's the problem with the way that he goes around trying to go from social circle to social circle, trying to do the shit he's doing. He's just trying to grow whatever the Baked Alaska brand is.
He wants money, he wants fame, and he doesn't really care how he gets it. I mean, maybe that sounds harsh, but
it's fine to do the IRL stuff. But I told him, as a businessman, make a separate channel for it. Don't jar your audience. Don't like go, I know you all subscribe to me for this, but fuck you, I'm doing this now. I think if Kumite started talking about sports, you'd be, what the fuck is this garbage?
Maybe that's why he identifies with Aaron so much. I don't know. They seem to have a lot in common when you think about it. But
maybe. Ugh, fucking Aaron! I can't believe that's a thing now.
That's a thing now.
Nothing makes me happier than Tonka being upset that we made Aaron a thing.
Terrible.
Oh, there's fucking nothing that makes me happier than Tonka just going, what the fuck? Just like turning off the stream and going, fucking Andy and those fucking
Just grab up a random fucking hooker and it's like this is a
I love Mad Tonka, that's why. Like Tonka, you not wanting something and telling me to stop makes me want to do it more. You know that, right?
You'll regret it. You will regret it one day. You're gonna show up knocking on your door, Sinead's gonna be, who is this hooker? I can't do Irish.
Hey, sorry, babe.
By the
She's
way-
sleeping over for a while.
By the way, Andy, Bake's online.
Oh, wait, there we go.
Oh, I see him.
Oh,
Yeah, he's in the
God
Discord
damn
right
it.
now.
I had the phone in my hand. I was about to touch the Chinese food. Okay.
He said
No,
he,
it's fine. It's fine. If he shows, he shows. Get him in here if he can.
Yeah, let's get him in here. I'll send him the link.
He said he
Yeah,
would.
send him the link real quick while I go take a piss if he's actually going to show up.